Kara, can you hear us okay? We can't hear her. We can't hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
So it's a nice office you guys have downtown. That's the first time I was there. That's really a very nice office.
Really grown over the years. We started, I don't know if you remember our, you probably don't, our original location, little house, 513 Broadway. It's a little house set back up the north end of Broadway. And
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. We're ready.
All right, 4 o'clock. I'd like to call to order the public hearing for Adirondack Radiology Associates. Ellie, if you can use everybody online.
Yes, we have Kara Lais. She is the IDA's counsel.
Great. Chuck, those in person, please.
Ed Hanson from Adirondack Radiology Associates, and we have Larry Novak from Bldg Development.
Great, if we can read the notice for the meeting.
Notice is hereby given that a public hearing pursuant to Article 18-A of the New York State General Municipal Law will be held by the counties of Warren and Washington Industrial Development Agency on August 15th, 2024 at 4 p.m. local time at the Warren County Municipal Center Committee Room located at 1340 State Lake George, Town of Queensbury, New York, 12845. The public hearing will also be live streamed on YouTube under Warren Washington IDA or available via Zoom at the following information. Adirondack Radiology Associates, PC, a professional business corporation established pursuant to the laws of the New York State, having an address of 170 Carey Road, Queensbury, New York, 12804, the company, and Carey Road Medical Building, LLC, a limited liability company established pursuant to the laws of New York State, having an address of 18 Division Street, Suite 1401, Saratoga Springs, New York, 12866, the owner, have requested that the agency provide financial assistance in the form of real property tax abatement and a sales tax abatement regarding a certain retail project to consist of the acquisition by the agency of a leasehold interest in certain real property located at 170 Carey Road in the town of Queensbury, County of Warren, New York, and being known as tax map parcel number 309.13-2-31.113. The planning, design, expansion, construction, and maintenance by the company of an approximately 4,325 square foot addition to the facility located on the land, the acquisition of and installation in and around the land and improvements by the company/owner of machinery, equipment, fixtures, and other items of tangible personal property to be used by the company as a medical facility, and entering into a straight lease transaction with the company or the owner, as the case may be, pursuant to which the agency will retain a leasehold interest in the facility for a period of time and sublease such interest in the facility back to the company or owner, as the case may be, all pursuant to Title I of Article 18-A of the General Municipal Law of the State of New York, Chapter 862 of the laws of 1971, and of the State of New York as amended. The agency may be providing financial assistance with respect to the project in the form of sales tax exemptions related to the construction and equipping of the project facility and payment in lieu of taxes, which are consistent with the policies of the agency. Should other financial assistance be requested, it shall be consistent with the policies of the agency. A representative of the agency will be in attendance at the above stated time and place to hear and accept written comments from all persons with views in favor of or opposed to the granting of financial assistance contemplated by the agency or the location or nature of the facility. The application of the company/owner is available for public inspection during normal business hours at the offices of the agency located at 5 Warren Street, Glens Falls, New York, 12801. Minutes of the hearing will be made available to all necessary parties.
All right,
Here.
and I have Chuck introduce the applicant rep to provide a summary of the project and why our assistance is necessary.
Okay, well, with that, I'll just turn it over to Ed, to talk a little bit about the project and why the benefits are necessary.
Thank you, Chuck. Project involves a closure of a current location that we are in, that we've been in for 20 years. The square footage is over 10,000 square feet, and through the years, actual services have been removed from that building, and we've kind of outlived our existence there, and the lease is ending at the end of this year. We are currently in the Carey Road building, and an unfinished side of 4,325 square feet, as stated, is unfinished and available to a tenant. It's been unleased for the last 2 years, and we've shouldered the burden of the cost of the entire building because we're the only tenant. So this provides us an excellent opportunity to reduce redundant expenses by being in 2 locations, which is extremely critical. Also, it provides the opportunity to introduce new technology to Warren and Washington County, which I'll get to in a second. But that is the essence of the project, closing the 1 location down and completing the Carey Road location as filling that entire building with our medical imaging services. Again, the other location we've been in for 20 years. The equipment that we will be replacing is brand new technology that has tremendous benefits to the residents in 2 counties, and is the only type of equipment that will be in the 2 counties in existence. One is an open MRI unit, which is very valuable to patients that are claustrophobic and are unable to tolerate going into a normal MRI scanner, which is a tunnel type shape. And the technology associated with it involves a lot of new software and AI technology, and reduces the scan time tremendously, which is also very helpful to the patient. So our current scanner right now, we're only doing 7 patients a day on it. It's an hour-long slot. These appointment times will be 30 minutes. Some of the scans take as little as 12 to 15 minutes to do. It doubles our capacity, which pretty much all of imaging continues to grow with the aging population. So the need for capacity is a big part of why we're bringing this new technology into play. The other unit is a PET CT scanner, which is extremely valuable for diagnosing and monitoring patient treatment in the cancer care area, and is very supportive to the Cancer Center at Glens Falls Hospital for its patients. So this scanner also is old. It's only 12 years old compared to the 20-year-old open MRI. But the technology, again, the software, the AI, the image quality, and how fast this is as a scanner reduces scan time and increases our capacity. And Alzheimer's PET is projected to grow by double digits. We had 10% growth last year for our PET scanner, and part of that is because other types of PET scans are going to be done on this unit. PET has primarily been for cancer, as I indicated, but it's proven to be very helpful in identifying, diagnosis, the early stages of Alzheimer's. And with new medications and drugs being approved by the FDA to treat and slow the progression of Alzheimer's down, PET scanning is going to be extremely valuable in that process. So That's a big reason for doing this project, is bringing in this new technology. And the funding is tremendously helpful in covering the sales tax on $2.3 million worth of equipment. The financial need, though, is the bigger need. As a physician practice and being in the healthcare environment, it's extremely difficult to survive. In radiology specifically, and some of the other specialty practices, we've seen our payments from the Medicare physician fee schedule decline every year for the past 10 plus years. And again, it's proposed to decline again for the 2025 Medicare physician fee schedule that just came out. So it gets harder and harder to cover our costs, with the cost increasing. We've had to do 3 salary increases for our staff within the last 15 months. And the total of that is well over 10%, just to keep pace with what's happening with the shortages in the medical field. And that is also very true with the physician recruitment piece. This is another big piece of the puzzle and why this is such an important project. We already have a physician covering at the Carey Road location. And we have a physician at the Bay Road location. By going into the Carey Road building, that's one less location. We have to have an on-site radiologist. What that does for our physician recruiting is we're a completely digital environment, and radiologists can read imaging studies remotely and from afar. And teleradiologist is becoming a very common way of hiring new partners into practices. We're not even in the same state. And they're able to read their studies and help cover the shortages of what we're experiencing. It's a very, very competitive market, and it's a very expensive market. And so again, the financial need, when you put this all together and how much we will save by closing Baybrook in and of itself, besides the aid from the pilot, that is about $150,000 in itself. And you add on the sales tax and the property and school taxes that are passed through from the construction and the property to us. It gives us a lot of incentive to make this happen. And I guess I would stop there and see if there's any questions.
Any questions around the room or online?
None online?
And so maybe Larry can comment just real quick about the construction project. We can keep it brief. But
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's appropriate that I covered most of it. Because of the relationship through the lease format, all of the benefits that the agency would be providing would be a direct pass through to Adirondack Radiology. So both the sales tax savings in terms of the cost of the fit up construction job and the real estate tax savings because that pays those directly through a triple net lease. The construction project itself is around $900,000. The material portion of that is around $300,000, which is what the sales tax savings was calculated on. There certainly is an indirect benefit to Carey Road Medical Building. The space has been vacant for quite a long time. As everyone knows, the leasing environment coming out of COVID for commercial leasing has been very challenging. So we are very thankful to have the support and get the building fully leased up so that it can begin to perform as it's originally designed.
Okay, thank you. If I could just go over the benefits real quick, and I'll go over both the incentives and the benefits of the community. So for the Carey Road Medical Building LLC, the estimated property tax benefit is $73,230 over 10 years. So it'll be 50% off incremental property taxes to years 1 through 5, and then 25% off years 6 through 10. Carey Road Medical Building will also see the sales tax benefit of about $21,000. And again, will all be passed down through to Adirondack Radiology. Adirondack Radiology's application will be only for sales tax abatement off of the $2.38 million is the estimated expense. And the benefit, the sales tax abatement benefit would be $166,600. As far as the cost benefit analysis and the impact to the community, I won't go through everything in the detailed findings report. I'll just summarize a few issues and then can answer any questions. As already discussed, provide cutting edge medical services with several patient benefits, and these services are currently not available in the area. This will also allow Adirondack Radiology to attract talented medical staff seeking to utilize the latest medical technology. Then it will enable more competitive medical service provider and frankly lower the risk of any closure. This project will facilitate an estimated $600,000 in construction labor and $300,000 in construction materials, 100% within New York State and approximately 60% within Warren and Washington counties. This project will retain 5 and create 1.5 full-time equivalent employment positions. This project will generate an estimated pilot payments of $122,050. And when you factor all this information, the community cost benefit ratio, meaning the cost of the tax abatements versus the benefits to the community, the ratio is 1 to 28, and that's with conservative factors into the calculation. When you look at the numbers, go to a net present value, what I call the community net benefit, it's $5.6 million. So it's our recommendation to our board that this is a very worthwhile project. With that, are there any questions?
All right, I'll open the floor to any other comments online or in person. All right, well, this is a point where we stare at each other uncomfortably until Kara gives me the nod that I can go into closing. Should be about 3 or 4 minutes here. Usually about 20 minutes is, we like to give the community just in time in case they need to. Yeah.
It's a late arrival.
Yes. Anything, Kara?
No, I guess the only thing is just from a timing standpoint, we are on both of the counties' agendas to have the project consented to. So that's August 21st and then September 12th, I believe, for Washington County. So we'll go to both of those counties and get and ask them for consent. So they've confirmed those times. I know Chuck this morning, I said I was waiting for confirmation, but they have confirmed we'll be on both agendas.
And Carey, correct me if I'm wrong, but the applicants do not need to be there. Is that correct?
Correct. They don't need to go to those meetings.
Now, just what will happen is that Carey and I, we need the consent for them to say that this in fact is a unique retail project. They're not approving the application, but they're consenting to condition in the application. And we'll probably do the Warren County meeting right here in this room. We'll do a similar meeting in Washington County committee level, and then we'll go to the full board for approvals. Warren County in August and Washington County, I believe, in September. So once we get that consent, then Carey can close the applications. Excellent. Did I miss anything, Carey?
No,
I think we might be just 1 month. And I think Warren County's Board of Supervisors meeting for August is it tomorrow as well, I think? I know.
no, the full board won't approve it until their September meetings.
Okay.
So both are. Thank you.
So it's the third Friday in September. I think it's the 20th. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's just tight timing. I thought they would.
yeah. We have to go to committee first and then the full board, but we're not required to attend the full board. If it goes through committee, then they just put it on the agenda for full board.
Get a sales tax exemption letter, is that
You'll get
recipient approval?
Yeah, once approved, Ally will provide you with sales exemptions.
What is the timing on that generally following the
That's a Carey question.
So if you know, I don't think we're gonna have any issue. I talked to both counties with the consent. So if you want, we can just prepare as if we're gonna close immediately following their approval. So we can't issue sales tax until the earliest date would be the 23rd
Okay.
of September.
That's helpful, Carey. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
Assuming approval, we're thinking about the construction schedule and making sure we have everything lined up.
Yeah. I mean, we can connect and I can talk to Libby and we can get documents together. So, we're targeting right after that. So, we kind of moving along as if we're closing, not just waiting for this meeting, to do anything else.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Yep.
Kara, I do have a question. The calculation that we did was on the purchase of the equipment. These $1 million scanners are quite expensive to repair. And typically, whether it be a hospital or an imaging practice, has a service contract on these units. And service contracts, well, the PET scanner is $140,000 a year. Would sales tax be forgiven on
We'll let the expert answer
On
that,
that?
Kara. I suspect the answer is no. Well,
Yeah. I mean, because it's like an ongoing expense during the term of your equipment lease.
Yeah, it's a yearly expense, correct?
I would think possibly not, but if it's written into the lease agreement, we need the lease agreement anyway. So if you can send that to me and I can take a look at it, how it's written in.
equipment lease.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Is it part of the lease agreement or is it something?
I don't know if it would be or not. Typically, it would not. It would be, as you were indicating, it's a yearly operating monthly
So when you
expense
buy
that we
something
have.
buy something from Amazon, you get the option to buy the service.
So, I mean, it is an option.
Yeah.
You can go without getting the service contract,
But you
but one piece of equipment that fails on it is a very high risk.
Yeah.
I mean,
If she says, yes, we can do this, we can do the modification there.
well, I'll ask the vendor because it might be possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a look into it. That hasn't come up, but I will take a look into it and see.
I do know one particular lease that Adirondack Radiology has is a fair market value lease that includes the cost of the unit as well as the service is written into that lease. So
Yeah.
I think the service can be built into the lease. If that's beneficial.
Okay.
Yeah, let me do a little research on that and take a look at the language that they currently have or could
Right.
propose.
Excellent. Certainly have time,
Yeah.
the leases won't be ready until the end of the year. Yeah, there's
Okay.
no payment down. It's based on delivery and installation.
Got it. Okay.
Good question.
That would be a huge benefit. I mean, the MRI one is 95,000 a year and the PET one is 140,000. I mean, again, it's a struggle.
Well, and your community benefit analysis shows that, as I said, 1 to 28, that's a pretty wide gap. So, if there is a technical justification for this, let's entertain it. First, we'll need the documentation.
Sure.
20 minutes plus, Dave, Kara?
I'm sorry?
Are we good to start wrapping this up or do you want to stay?
Yeah, I think so.
And then-
I think.
All right. Any public comments? Does anyone wish to speak? Is there anyone that wishes to be heard? Having called 3 times for public comments and hearing none, I will close this public hearing at 4:23 PM.